What is going on YouTube? It's H Dynasty Buffs. Finally got these week 10 rankings for all the positions ready to go for you guys here. It's kind of late for me tonight. Pretty tired, so bear with me. I'll get through this as fast as I can. Go through each injury reports followed by our each position. All right, let's get started.
It's showtime, folks. It's showtime.
All right, here, week 10. Let's go through this injury report right here. All right, so some of the big names right now, we just saw T. Higgins get put on the out list right now. So he's out. DeMercado is currently out as well. Treylon Burks is out. Zay Jones is out. And Stephon Diggs got put on the injury report during the week for a back injury. Not a good sign, especially since he's got a Monday game. Monday game is pretty rough. Maybe he gets some extra time to get healthy. They don't really need him probably this week because they're playing Denver anyway. I think they could maybe beat them without him, but they still need him. Something to monitor. Keep that in mind. Everybody here on the questionable list as well. Downs, Musgrave, Joe Mixon, A-Chain might be coming back. Drake London is still questionable. James Conner looking to come back as well. Demario Douglas injury report. Jamar Chase still with a back injury. Aaron Jones and Curtis Samuel. And we officially have Mr. Kyler Murray coming back for the Arizona Cardinals. So let's take a look at the outlook here for the week. Take a look at the odds because, Vegas is better than all of us. Vegas knows everything. They're better than everybody. They win all the time. House always wins. Okay, so we got New England going against Indianapolis this week. Looks like Indy's supposed to win by 2. Could be good for Jonathan Taylor as well as any other running backs. So Zach Moss as well. It should be a positive game script. Cincinnati Bengals by 6.5. Houston might be Joe Mixon and could be good for Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase if he plays. New Orleans Saints are playing the Minnesota Vikings. New Orleans should be leading. Another good thing for Alvin Kamara. And while I'm going through these is because it helps explain my rankings and why I put some players above others and why I have some ranked so high this week. So Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, all supposed to win here by 3 points. Should be a close game for Jacksonville and San Francisco. Could be good for Christian McCaffrey. He'll be involved heavily. And then maybe Calvin Ridley finally gets some more passes if they get too far ahead. Baltimore by 6.5 going against Cleveland. Atlanta 1.5. Detroit 3. Dallas by 17. Something to monitor here, although I'm high on Dak Prescott this week. I'm not sure if I should probably put him this high because I think Dallas will probably pull him out. Seattle by 6. Las Vegas by 1. Buffalo by 7.5. All right, well, let's take a look here at the rankings. All right. So we got Josh Allen at the top, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, and Kyler Murray. That rounds out 10. For you 12-team people, Geno Smith, Sam Howell. So I'm high on Josh Allen this week. He has a good matchup against Denver. Dak Prescott has an easy matchup against New York Giants, but not sure if he gets that many fantasy points because they might pull him out early. Could be 2 touchdowns, and then could be Tony Pollard, and then take him out. Joe Burrow should have a nice game this week as well. He's going against Houston. Could be a shootout. Lamar Jackson has a really easy matchup. He's playing Cleveland again. He dominated Cleveland last time. Should be a good game for him. And Justin Herbert also should have a nice game, followed by Jared Goff. Okay, so let's get to running backs here. All right, we got running backs: Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard, Brees Hall, Alvin Kamara, Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, Ramondre Stevenson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, David Montgomery, Alexander Madison, Deontay Foreman, James Cook, Najee Harris, Chuba Hubbard. Obviously, Chuba played on Thursday Night Football. That rounds out the top 24 RBs for me. Some guys I really like this week are Tony Pollard, Brees Hall, Alvin Kamara, ETN. Some guys I have question marks with are Jahmyr Gibbs now that David Montgomery's back. Not sure if Javonte Williams will be doing well this week against Buffalo, but I'm also relatively high on him compared to consensus. I like maybe James Conner can be a solid option now if he comes back and Kyler Murray does a lot better in this offense. He could be a solid piece. I know he's probably on all of your IRs, but he looks like he's going to get activated either end of today or tomorrow. He should play. DeMarcado is out. So with him being out, I feel like Arizona might be confident in deploying James Conner on Sunday. Like them. All right, let's get to these wide receivers. All right, wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, Monroe St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Keenan Allen. Thielen already played. Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Ayuk, Tank Dell, Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman Jr., DK Metcalf, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Adams, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Tyler Lockett, Chris Godwin, Marquise Brown, Deebo Samuel, Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, and Calvin Ridley. Rounds out the top 24 wide receivers for me for week 10. Some players I like should be an easy matchups for them are CeeDee Lamb. Brandon Ayuk should have a nice game. Calvin Ridley should have a nice game. I think Garrett Wilson will have a good game. Same with Michael Pittman, Chris Olave, and Christian Kirk. I think Tyler Boyd can be sneaky wide receiver 2 this week, especially if T. Higgins is out. I would not be surprised if the tight ends get featured more. Maybe even Yoshavas. All right, let's get to tight ends and finish this up. All right, tight ends. My tight end 1 for the week is Sam Laporta. Number 2 is Mark Andrews. TJ Hawkinson, 3. Dalton Kincaid, Evan Ingram, George Kittle, Dalton Schultz, Jake Ferguson, Trey McBride, and Logan Thomas. All those guys are in my top 10 this week. Obviously, Cole Kmet played on Thursday. I think he had a pretty decent game. Not amazing, but probably too high on him. All right, and some plays I like this week for tight end. Obviously, I like Mark Andrews playing Cleveland. Should be nice for him. Sam Laporta with Detroit Lions. They're playing the Chargers. Could be a shootout there. He's pretty involved. Kincaid, especially if Stephon Diggs misses. I mean, he's been getting targeted like crazy. They're not even using Stephon Diggs anymore. Part of the reason probably why they're losing. George Kittle, I like him this week. They're playing Jacksonville. He could see a lot of work from Brock Purdy. He's been having that nice connection with him. Dalton Schultz has been great for C.J. Stroud. He's having probably another shootout with Joe Burrow this week. Could be good as well. And Trey McBride, I think, can be a nice tight end 1 rest of the season, especially with Ertz being injured and Kyler Murray coming back. All right, so top 15 defenses. I'm sure if you check my waiver wire video, you've probably already seen these already. But maybe go pick up Detroit Lions if you can. Go pick the Seahawks if you can. Majority of the defenses are pretty much taken. Maybe you could take the shot at the Cardinals. Maybe you don't believe in Kyler Murray's health yet. Could be a nice one. That's kind of it for me. Maybe you could go with the Colts against Patriots for upside. They seemed to do pretty well last week against Bryce Young and shutting him down, but not sure about Mac Jones. But that could be another easy option for the Colts. All right, and let's get to these worst run defenses. We don't really need to talk on these. We talked about them on waivers. But just go through these and know that these guys, that they'll have easy matchups this week. All right, part of the reason why I'm high on a lot of these players, like I mean, James Cook had a nice game. We saw Deontay Foreman have a nice game. I think Tony Pollard has a nice game this week. I said that earlier. Denver could be a nice game for Javonte Williams. Not sure how it's going to shake out. Oh wait, that's not right. Should be Las Vegas going against New York Jets. There we go. Breece Hall should have a nice game there. And yeah, the Jets playing Las Vegas. Worst pass defenses, Detroit. Could be a nice one for all the receivers. High on the receivers there. High on Buffalo's receivers. I'm kind of high on DeAndre Hopkins this week. Should be nice for Will Levis. And top 5 run defenses. Again, I'm high on. I guess I could be lower, right? It could be okay for ETN, but I think he does well in the passing game, so he'd be fine. And top 5 pass defenses, just something to monitor. I think that these teams going against them, I don't think Tommy DeVito is going to do much for Dallas or against Dallas this week. And they don't have anybody. They lost Waller, Saquon just getting shut down because they're forcing Tommy DeVito to throw. It's kind of gross all around. All right, and that's all I have here. I don't want to keep this video too long. It's already going over pretty long anyway. So appreciate for tuning in today. Week 10 rankings, all positions, followed by our defenses. If you're new here, drop a subscription or subscribe to our channel. Drop a like, comment for the algorithm, ask us questions. Any types of questions, trade questions, start sit questions, anything. Follow me on Twitter at Dynasty Buffs and my partner who's not with me today, Max FF Buffs. Link in the description down below for those. Thanks for joining in this week, and we'll see you tomorrow and Sunday. Peace.